Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for having me over here. Thank you so much to Images to getting me over here. I think it's a wonderful opportunity to come over here to share our story. I'm the co-founder of a health and beauty skincare brand called Wow Skin Science. Not too sure if too many people know about it. We sell online, we sell on marketplaces, we sell offline, we pretty much sell everywhere. And it's basically about the journey. Some time ago, we did not have this opportunity to come across over here to probably sell. If you imagine 10 years ago, and if you imagine that there's a company which can probably beat the big guys to try to at least take shelf space, people would have said that's not possible. But I think the D2C revolution is here. People over here wanting to sell online on the e-commerce space has really made a difference. And probably that's the reason why I have this opportunity to come here. Thank you so much for coming here. Let me tell you how the story started. We started this company in 2013. We started online. We started selling e-commerce when Facebook was just about there, when it was just about time when Amazon was just about coming in, when people were not getting educated on the online space. That's when we started this journey. It was the year 2013, but we probably became a proper company selling online in the year 2016. 2016 is when Amazon actually took it very serious to come in the market, and they actually wanted to come and sell different products to different customers in the space. Customers were there, and they were waiting for a lot of different opportunities. They wanted to see a lot of different products. They were tired of the same old product just being sold without a lot of variation which was coming. And that is when it gave the opportunity for a lot of D2C brands like us. We started off by taking customer feedback. We started off as a health and beauty product. We started off selling a drink which is called apple cider vinegar. And we started selling it on Amazon because we liked that product. There was no other competition which was there in India, which was having that kind of a quality. And coming from the US, we saw that there was an opportunity which was there in India. That is when we launched it on Amazon. It became one of the best sellers. But when we did launch it, we took customer feedback. Customers started to write about it. Customers said, we love it. What about the product? What can it do for me? And then one day, some of our customers came by and said, can we use this product on our hair? And we were wondering, why would someone use a health product for your hair? We had not seen something like that. That is when, I think we were reading some reviews. We went and took the apple cider vinegar and made it into a shampoo. And that is something which people did not expect. They said I did not need to buy a separate drink, which was something I was consuming for putting it in my hair. And then we clearly saw that there was a complete natural shift. We launched something which is called the Wow Apple Cider Vinegar Shampoo. It was the best seller on Amazon for quite some time. We even sell in the US. It became a bestseller overnight. Till date, it's one of our flagship products. It sells across 2,800 Walmart stores also in the US. It's a beautiful achievement for an Indian brand to go abroad and fight with a lot of the big boys. Those were some of the achievements. In 2019, we received the Economic Times Startup of the Year award, bootstrapped. We did not take capital funding. The only way we could do this is probably because we listened to our customer. Listening to a customer, taking customers' feedback, and then trying to implement it into a product made this possible. Even more than that, just the fact of trying to innovate when there was no chance to innovate made it very possible for us to get a pretty good product. Apart from this, a lot of various products have been launched. It's been launched in the Onion series. It's been launched in the Vitamin C series. This has allowed it to happen when we were able to have one single main hero product. All this was good, but obviously things look very rosy from the outside, but when it's the inside, it was a lot of struggle. Why do I say it was a struggle? In 2013, no one knew about the internet, or at least no one knew about e-commerce properly on the internet. I remember those days when we started selling on the e-commerce with just one single product page without any proper shopping experience. I remember in 2016 when you have to go and try to find for manufacturers who are there to actually support you when you do not have those kind of volumes. But those things make it happen. Today I'm here to say the digital era is here to stay. All this would not have been possible without the e-commerce revolution. The e-commerce revolution has made it happen where small brands like us initially were able to come across and showcase a unique offering when it came down to the products, innovation, or even reaching customers, which would probably not have been possible in the past. Sorry, one second. Oh. Yeah, so it's not only that. Where we started off as a company, which was only selling probably around 100% online, probably on marketplaces, on Amazon, on Nykaa, on Myntra. It was very unimaginable in the year probably in 2019 where people said, will you actually be able to go and conquer the final frontier? And the final frontier for any retail brand is the offline market. How does an online brand resonate in the offline market? And that eventually turned out to be one of the biggest questions which were there. But over a period of time, when we did go in the offline market, we realized that the brand had presence. We realized that we could actually compete with the big boys because people and their adoption to mobile and to technology was so huge that it was just so easy to get across any of the retailers to take it. It was so inspiring to see that people were actually coming and asking for that product because the old forms of marketing had just stopped working. And this is where the shocker happened, that people, education, videos, Facebook, Instagram, social, influencers, it was very, very shocking to see how big a difference did this make when it actually came down to connecting with the customer. And this is where the story of Wow Skin Science pretty much is there right now. It began with four brothers, me and my best friend. We got both of our brothers into the business. We wanted to try very different things. We wanted to try how do you try something new? How do you be a part of the internet revolution? How do you educate a customer in a different way? And then that journey of just continuously trying and even not having experience in this particular field, but trying to learn what you can do, how you can communicate with customers, and how you have to actually get through challenges, like dealing with manufacturers, working with them on minimum quantities. How do you beat a cartel when you have the HULs, when you have the Unilevers, when you have everyone who do not allow anyone else in the space? We literally had a lot of tough time. But it only happened because the internet, because social media, because influencers allowed us to innovate. We could innovate with products. We could innovate with technology. We could innovate with reaching a customer in a correct manner, which was not possible in the other way. The big companies were not ready. They were not there. They did not want to try the internet. They did not want to try Facebook. They did not want to try marketplaces. That gave the opportunity for small brands like us. Small brands became big brands. Lucky, pretty happy, very happy to be where we are. Almost looking at doing around 700 to 800 crore revenue this year. Already in around 30,000 plus retail outlets. Selling across every single marketplace. Selling in approximately 8 different countries. In the United States also, as I also said, in 2,600 Walmart stores. This is just a story about what people not having too much, or not even thinking, but being a part of a revolution and trying to figure your way through will eventually make it happen. And this is the story of wow, skin science. I'm okay to, if anyone would like to take any questions, or anyone would like to speak.
Your phone working? There we go.
Hi, Karan. First of all, congratulations on this amazing journey. Regarding the offline entry, right? So if you look at your price points, is far higher than the price points at which your offline FMCG competitors used to put it. So how did the retailers kind of take to that, and how did you break that mindset to, so I'll give you an example of WOW, pre-pandemic and post-pandemic. Pre-pandemic, you wouldn't find WOW in, let's say, Modern Bazaar on the shelves. And post-pandemic, when I came back, the FMCG brands have been pushed to the corner, and you see WOW and Mamaearth and everybody else there. So how did you all deal with that, huge price point increase and still control the visibility on the shelves?
Great question. The whole logic which I eventually came to is the opportunity of a brand or the opportunity of products and innovation only came because every single manufacturer in the past were looking at price forward and make their ingredients or make their products based on the price. We didn't believe that. We said that there's a high disposable income. People are willing to pay for good quality products. So we keep ingredient first. We don't keep the price first. We give the best quality of ingredients for the customers. We try to go as natural as possible. Natural as a revolution was definitely coming there. A lot of conscious people. And I think that was not exploited properly by the big boys. The second thing which really came for good advantage was a lot of the companies did try this in 2008. And it didn't work, probably because they didn't have a correct medium, like a Facebook video to communicate with the customer a lot better. And that is where we were able to actually communicate that why you would actually want to pay extra for that product. And customers were more and willing to do that as long as it was something good for them. I think the miss over here was the education about why. The logic went a lot into the emotional part of it, that why you should use a product but not the functionality. WOW became a place where the functionality was being able to be provided, and people were totally willing to pay for it. Anything related to health and beauty, I remember for a fact, or even right now, I think that we are 1.8x higher than competition, but still over there. So it is, and if the retailers are saying that it is over there, even if you give a guy 2x the margin or 3x the margin, if it doesn't sell, it's no point. So it does sell. But it's that entire ecosystem of awareness which has come.
Hello. Hi, congratulations on your journey and really inspiring. One of the things that you mentioned is that big boys had that intrinsic distribution channel as an entry barrier for new players, and you could circumvent it by internet.
Sure.
For a player like you, what are the things that you are doing which going to be act as an entry barrier for your competition to come up? As in, what are the new age entry barriers?
I mean, there's always going to be that which is going to be broken, right? Innovation will always be there, and quite honestly, even if there are entry barriers, they would only last for a couple of years. I would know for a fact, in 2018-19, no one even knew how to do digital marketing properly. Today, we are talking about 22, 23. People are learning it, or they have taken expertise, whether it is from India or whether it's from abroad, to actually get there. It's not about the entry barriers per se, but it's about how fast you're on the curve. It's about how fast you find the next big thing, and how long will the other person come to take to learn it. There are no entry barriers. There cannot be. In a free and open market, there will always be something which will break. The only issue was that entry barrier of FMCG was so huge, and you needed so much capital that also got eventually disrupted. So for me, it is about finding the next big thing, being ahead of the curve, and then trying to actually communicate your real story. But at the end of the day, it's the product. If you can give a good product to your customer, and in a sticky business like FMCG, you cannot lose out if you have your basics right. I know for a fact that we have not also been able to disrupt a lot of the big boys because people have been using certain products for 10 years, 20 years. They have not changed. Parents are recommending it to their children. And those are not changed because that's the Bible, that's the gold standard for them. So it's about how you communicate and how do you connect with your customer, and probably how you not lose relevance. And I think the market's so huge. We are extremely small in it. Even though I'm over here, I'm here because probably it's a new way of communication, but the market's huge.
Hi.
There you go. Yeah.
As you said, in 2013, when you started, the big brands were not spending on social media. Now everybody is spending on social media, whether it's big, small brand, then individuals are coming up with the TikToks and the Reels, trying to showcase themselves. How do you push yourself through this clutter? So what sort of social media strategy will actually work in this clutter where every second there is something new in millions coming on the social media?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you properly. Could you just clear?
I'm asking, how do you declutter from others? Everybody is spending money, whether it's a small brand or a big brand, upcoming startups, individuals with their reels on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok. How do you find space over there? Second question to this is, social media agencies come and recommend that you just put one post a day or one post every 2 days, whereas every second, millions are actually watching social media.
Yeah.
Does that work, or multiple posts a day, multiple videos a day work?
I wouldn't be able to get on the social media part about which works on post because that's very different for different companies. But it's declutter is first why you exist as a brand. And if you're not able to communicate that correctly into your post or into what you're trying to do, that itself will be a problem. The right to exist, or the reason why you exist compared to 100 people, if you're not able to communicate that properly, you cannot declutter. This is a highly, highly cluttered space. There's a differentiation which is a problem. But more than anything else, Wow as a company was very lucky. And this is something what people need to understand. A lot of people do think that it's a lot easy, just go online, make a brand, get done with it, and you're through. But no one really realizes that we were there at the correct time. We were there at the time when there was no one else. We were there when we could build it, and we were there when costings were low. This is not the case right now. Right now, trying to be the next Me Too will probably only be a disaster. So I don't know. It depends upon companies to companies, but having the proper differentiation about why you exist is probably the most important right now.
Thank you.
Do we have time or? Thank you so much, everyone.